Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my OpenTTD Series 6 Let's Play. This is episode 3, and our first truck is just coming up to Leicester. Now, if last episode you didn't make your prediction, then there is the answer. 1,100. It went a long way, didn't really make a massive amount of money, but it did break down a lot on the way. So as that truck's reliability gets better, we should see more money coming out of that. At least in, let's see how much money it's got on its charts there. So last year it was minus 500 and something, 1,000. So it is going to be just in profit, I think, overall. Just. But that's really what we want. We don't care whether it's making us loads of money. I just don't want it to be losing us money. That way we can have the factory challenge continue. Now, just a warning to those of you who want to play along, and there's still plenty of time. I'm still in 1928. A few people that are playing along have gone past the 30s and 40s already. Go to the first episode, find out how to play along, and this factory will likely close quite soon. That's the warning that I've been getting from a lot of viewers. Interact with it so that it doesn't close down. I'm doing 30% of crates of goods transported last month. We need to keep that transported number up. But that's not the focus of today. Today we're going to be moving on to trains. Finally, it's going to be trains. So I've had a few suggestions from you guys. I went onto the Discord and I had a word with some of you who got some ideas. If you haven't been on the Discord, go to my website, masterhellish.net. It's written down there, just beneath me. And go to Hellish Places, and the links to my Discord and everything else is all on there. Go and join the conversation over there, because all sorts of questions and brilliant pieces of information and tips and so forth are always being raised there. But what I want to do today is part of that East Coast main line that I have been mentioning. Now, some of your ideas were brilliant that I got from you guys, but they were kind of like, I need a bit more money to do what you're asking. So let's crack on with something a little bit smaller. So here at Peterborough, the closest I can get with a railway station, and I'm just going to go with one track, length 6 for now, is there. Now that is not great. It will accept passengers and mail, but I'd ideally like something a little bit closer. It's not too bad. What we'll do is we'll just remove this one bit there. May as well pause the game, we're allowed to. We've got some money to start with. And I'm going to put that station in there. Bam. There's our Peterborough station. I'll probably want to expand that later on. And what we'll do is we'll have a shuttle service where we have a bus service on the opposite side of Peterborough that will catch most of these houses here and take them to the train station. But I'm not going to fall into the trap of doing that yet, because if we look at the available vehicles, we may have a new goods truck. But no, there's a goods truck. There's now a goods truck, so we can have the flatbed truck at well, I think it can carry 14, so it's about the same. Yeah, the only difference is the flatbed truck weighs more when it's full, by the looks of it, maybe? Don't know. Never mind. Sorted. So we will do a shuttle service with buses and so forth in the future. And I want to go, and I thought about going all the way down to London, but it's a bit of a long stop. The train that we're going to have to start with is not going to be a good train. It's going to be a terrible train, to be perfectly honest. So there's Horncastle, which means I've gone the wrong way. Where's Newark? There's Newark. Okay. So mostly Newark is there. It would be cool if we could have put the train station in here, which is very possible if we can remove 2 houses, a lake, and a bit of road. However, I don't have a lot of confidence in us being able to remove that amount of stuff. So what I will do is we'll do the same sort of thing again. We'll remove that one piece of road. Put the station in here. Now it is partially in farmland, but we've got a source of income, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. I am going to be worried about it later, because that just cost us 4 grand. Okay, let's take out a loan. Let's borrow the entire lane. Oh my goodness, is that all we've got left? Okay, so we've only got 22 grand left. I'm going to unpause the game because we're going to need some money coming in. I think that from Newark, I'm not sure, but I think it goes up to Doncaster. Past Gainsborough to Doncaster. There's Doncaster. So Not 100% sure how we're going to do that. Let's come south out of the farmland to at least there. And there's Peterborough. So I'm thinking we're going to go past Grantham with a diagonal there. And then probably Bourne Market Deep in sort of way. Yeah. Okay, let's see how close we can get to Grantham. Well, we stopped here because we've hit an edge. So let's... Oh, that's like the worst possible place for an edge. Okay, we'll undo that. Lower the land height there. It's only going to cost us a few hundred. We'll do that, and then looks like we come back down again, so that's okay. Later on, what we can do is tunnel down through there. Okay, that bit cost us 8 grand. We're not going to have enough money for a train at this rate, but that's fine. We should have a truck company doing enough. So I'm going to come diagonally through the farmland to here. Yep, ran out of money. Okay, we're not too far off, actually. The expensive bits through the farmland there. We've gone through that farmland there. We're going to come out the top of Peterborough here, like this. And probably straight until we get past Market Deep in. Then turn left past Bourne, sort of here. I mean, we ain't got that sort of money. In fact, we're in the negatives. Also, this is going to have to get turned into a bridge. I'm not having my road vehicles, which I've paid 6 grand for, being run over by my own train. Oh my goodness. Running out of money is so painful. Not my... We're so on the edge of the bank balance. I thought there would be plenty of money to do this little tiny railway between these two places. I haven't even hooked up any other stuff yet. We might have to do a spread station to make sure we get plenty of passengers, but the line is at least sorted now. So what we'll do is we will temporarily actually not temporarily anything, we'll get get a train depot in. We'll put it here. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. And then we'll put a train depot in. Oh, there's a road tile there. Yeah, we'll put it there anyway. What? We haven't got money for a depot? If I haven't got money for a depot, how am I going to afford a train? Well, let's check on the road vehicles and see how they're getting on. So they're up here by Gainsborough. Gainsborough Mines. You can see that we should be putting through a lot of... Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's 2,000 tons of coal waiting to go there. So if I wanted to, I could do more coal trucks to get more money in quicker. Probably should have spent that first. What's the ratings like? Appalling? Oh my goodness. I've never had ratings that terrible before. Oh, I feel so bad. Right. We'll get this train in. We'll get some more trucks. Job will be a good one. So the line's in. I've bought 3 passenger carriages and a mail van. All I'm waiting for now is the funds to be able to buy the steam engine itself, and we will have our first railway. It's going to cost us 12 grand. When I started waiting for the money to come in, it was about 11. So now we have to wait even longer. But I've noticed some of my trucks are a little bit bunched together. So every now and then we get more payment. Oh look, there's 3 commons just together there. We get more payment in a row. And I mean, look, we've got that payment and another one that's just about to come in. But I don't know if it's going to come in time for me to be able to buy this. Not quite. So I'm going to have to wait for probably these 2 trucks. But then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 6 or 7 trucks here all together. So when they come in, I will definitely be able to afford it. Okay, here we go. So we've got a few broken down, but rapid fire money from now. Oh my goodness. We had enough in the first place. Oh, look at it roll in. Oh, that is fantastic. Buy the vehicle. Give it some orders. Hey, Train 1. We're going to have to give it a name. just because it's our first ever train. I'm not going to name all the trains. I could do, because we can build when the game's paused. But Newark to Peterborough. There we go. So Newark to Peterborough is going to be our first line. There we go. And we'll get our first train, which you guys can name. Put the name for our train down in the comments section. There it is. Coming out of the depot at Newark. Now, obviously, there's not really going to be anything waiting at Newark. And I do need to put some... I'll put some bus stations in for later because it will help with catchment and a few other things. So, let's just connect that up to Newark there. And let's connect Peterborough's in. Oh, that's difficult. Let's put it there. So that's going to help. Hopefully we'll get people stacking up. Now there's only one train on that line at the minute, so there's no signals and no junctions and stuff. There will be in the future. We've got apparently the train is 6% full. Did I do it on full load? I did. I didn't mean to do full load. I don't know why. We got 7,000 in the bank. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let this train do a couple of little runs, and I'm also going to throw more coal trucks at Gainsborough Mines because I think this is a good money making opportunity for us, because these trucks are all pulling a profit. If you look down the list here, okay, they're not pulling a profit right now because a lot of these haven't delivered, but the ones that have delivered, you know, look, you're looking at $2.5 a year there. They've made $1,000 or so. They're in the green unless they haven't done a delivery there. The train's on its way from Newark, and one of the things that we can do though is, whilst we was waiting for some money to come in, some livestock trucks became available. So if we go new vehicles and have a look in here, we've got a livestock van now. So in theory I could throw some livestock vehicles down and that would work. That would work quite nicely. But, like I said, we're going to let the money stock up just a little bit, see how this train gets along, because its reliability is not great. At the minute, it's 77%. Actually, that's not bad. That's a lot better than it was at the start of the series. So, we've got our lone, yet unnamed train, and it will get to Peterborough and back. I don't think there's any passengers waiting at Peterborough yet. But I think there's some... Yeah, there's a number of passengers waiting. 93 passengers at Newark. What's our capacity on this train? What is our capacity? 120 passengers. So we're nearly at the capacity of the train. So we need bigger trains and more regular trains. And hopefully that is going to start really rolling in the big money. Doing coal by trucks to get a nice steady company to start. Throwing these down in episode 2 so that hopefully we can keep this factory. If not, I'll have to save up money and put a new factory in. And now we have started the trains. What I'll do is save up a bit of money. We'll clone this train. We'll get this line partially duplicated. If not... Actually, shall I spend the money now on making it a dual line? I don't think so. I feel like passing places might be appropriate, but with passing places you've got the fact that the train has to wait, and it's sat there waiting for another train to come, and that's where your cargo delivery rates just plummet. Not sure altogether on that. I'm thinking maybe though for the first trip to Peterborough I do have it on full load just to make it worth its while. Otherwise, we're going to have a problem. Right, let's have a look at available aircraft. So there is an aircraft. I'm just curious. 25 passengers. 42,000. Very expensive. I wonder how many of you guys who are playing along with this Let's Play have started with aircraft. I wonder how many of you started with trains. So, but this train's not going to make us any money anytime soon. What I am going to start doing is repaying as much of the loan off as possible. If we need a cash injection, we can take that loan out again. But we've gone quite well. I think this train would have done a lot worse if the reliability had been what it was at the beginning of the game. It has gone up. I know reliability does go up, but I think it goes up naturally, and I think it goes up when you use it, and I think it's a combination. Not sure. That's something we need to check out. Right, something else we need to do. before everything goes kablamo, let's put a road bridge in here. Okay, so we're going to remove all of this road here like this. Put a road bridge, which in this texture pack, in this graphics set, have you ever noticed that the road bridge is actually a rail bridge? That does annoy me slightly. A suspension bridge, well, to be honest, most of our vehicles won't be going much higher than 80 kilometers an hour at the minute, but if they do go a little bit higher, we're going to need the steel girder. There we go. Right, so this train's got hardly anybody on it. It's like a test version of the trip. It's Maiden voyage. I think it's got like 7 people on board. Let's have a look. 10 passengers, and 1 bag of mail. So here it is. It's going to pull into Peterborough. It's probably going to make 200 quid, if that. £1,000. Oh, okay. So this could be a good money maker. And then what we can do, if this is a good money maker, we can use it to jewel up the track, get second platforms in, get a few more trains going, and then expand this into a main line that's going to make us loads and loads of money. So, by the magic of editing, this train has now been filled up with stuff. What have we got inside? We've got 120 passengers and 30 bags of mail. Remember, when you put a train on full load, it will load up. And oh my goodness, there's a bus! Stop the presses! Stop everything. There's a bus. I mean, we haven't got the money to do anything with the bus. Okay, let's just put the bus to one side for now. We're definitely going to have a look at that bus very soon. What we're going to do, right, what we're going to do is we're going to have this train make its journey. It's full. If you want, down in the comments, you can put down how much money you think this train's going to make in its trip. Bear in mind, it made 900 just for 10 passengers, and now there's 120 on there. So that is a 12 times increase approximately. So you could say this is going to make 12 grand. I don't think it quite will for some weird reason. I think the reliability's gone down of this train. Yeah, it has. The reliability's gone down and it didn't service. I'm going to have to look at the servicing on this. So the train will get there. And then what we'll do is I'm just going to bank some more money. Bank. There we go. Oh, hang on a minute. Did I do that properly? Repay as much as possible. There we go. What I'm doing is I'm trying to keep that interest down as much as possible. When we get over 10,000, like we're at 9 now, there's 10. Open up the bank pane, pay it off. We're going to put as much in there as possible. Then next episode, we'll spend it all on buses and go bankrupt. No, we'll see. I don't know. But we've just come in to 1931. So we're into year 6 now, I think. And we can have a good look at the way that the money's going. In fact, if we have a look at the operating profit graph, you can still see it's a bit broken because of the daft amounts that were posted at the beginning of the year. But we are now towards the end of this graph, so that hopefully should fall off the back of the graph very soon, and we should see a much better view of the rates. So starting, I think, about halfway through 1931, maybe 1932, we'll have a much better graph. Also, the train's gone. There it is. Train's on its way. But the finances are looking quite good. We are posting a total loss of £400 at the minute. But I think we just had a load of running costs come through. This train is costing us a lot of money to run. I've noticed that when I was waiting to buy the train, the money was going up and up a little bit. Since I've got the train, it's kind of leveled off a little bit. That train has cost a lot of money. If we have a look here, apparently last year it made us £35. It's cost us 100 and something so far this year. But we are going to forward the game on. Oh my goodness, we're in the negative. Okay, let's just borrow a bit more money just so that we're not sat in the negatives. I don't like seeing that number down there next to my name just sat there in red. There we go. It is not red at the minute. And also our train's nearly here. Like I said, if it was doing a nice fast journey, I'd expect somewhere between the 11 to 14, maybe even 15k mark. But it's done a slow journey due to breakdowns, so maybe we're looking at the 5 to 7k mark. So let's see if I'm correct, and whilst that's going on, let's just check how much we've got going on at Grantham Mines. We've still got 2,500 tons of coal at Grantham Mines. I'm tempted to put a rail route in. I'm tempted to replace all of those trucks with a railway route. I think it'll make more money. The trains are more powerful. You can shift more with one train, and I think the running costs are similar. Oh, it's finally servicing. Yes. And also the ratings are now poor instead of terrible. And the story here is, as it unloads down into Newark, our first lot of passengers up from Peterborough come in for a visit. They're going to the market. They're going to have a look at the Christmas. It's May. There's no £7,000. So what did I say? I can't remember what I said now. Not a clue. But £7,000. That's not too bad. That's going to bump the bank balance up, and I'll be able to spend that on some buses and some trucks. So I think because the buses are now just available, what we'll do next episode, we'll look at how to utilise them. Maybe we'll just pop some in Exeter and concentrate on other things. But I'm really thinking we need a railway between Gainsborough Mines and our power station, because it's a relatively straightforward line, and I think we could shift a lot of coal with a little train quite quickly. And what we could do is we could leave the trucks in and add the railway line as an extra, and as we get more money, expand the railway line and later decommission these trucks. I like that. Okay, well, maybe we'll do that. Join me next time. Leave all your thoughts, ideas and questions down in the comments section as always. I've been Master Hellish. I hope you're enjoying this Let's Play. Please do play along if you'd like to. The details on the first episode of this series and the link for the series is in the description of this video, so you can have a look at all the videos. To make sure you don't miss any of these videos, please consider subscribing and also hitting that notification bell to make sure you're alerted of episodes when they do become available. But that's all for me for now. Thank you, take care, and goodbye.